This is STARS Officer Jill Valentine, and you're listening to the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everyone?
Hello.
John here.
And Anthony.
And thank you for tuning in to a very special episode of the Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast, where Anthony and myself are going to cover some topics. Now, Anthony, let's start by talking a little bit about our very first co-stream with Capcom. And how did that feel for you?
The co-stream was awesome. So we did co-stream the Resident Evil showcase with Capcom for the Village showcase, and it was an amazing feeling just getting the news and the information and the email and everything like that. It was kind of I was in shock and disbelief, and I couldn't wait to just go home and get ready for the stream. You know, we finally got some recognition as, you know, they consider us content influencers, and yeah, it's like it's a really cool thing, and I think it's one of those things that, you know, making it official and then having, you know, the hype and excitement with everyone, it really was a great experience. And as far as like the takeaways from the streams, this is the biggest support that I've ever seen on any stream and thing that we've done up until this point. And you guys make that possible. You know, you guys really killed it with the support on that stream, and we're able to do giveaways. It was fun. We gave away some cool avatars and stuff like that. Had some really cool interaction. And, you know, hope Capcom was proud, because we like to do more
we got
stuff
to
like
stream
that
the
for
demo.
Live. Yeah.
We got to stream the demo, which not everybody can say.
Yeah.
We were one of two channels, really, that was all on YouTube
that
Live.
were doing it immediately, and that had PlayStation 5s, because it was a PS5 exclusive, and we'll talk about that when we kind of go through, like, the showcase. But, you know, it's one of those things that, like, it was just a big event, and, you know, it was great to see more Village news after all this time. And yeah, you guys kind of blew us away as far as that. How did it feel for you? Because like I said, I'm still kind of speechless of the whole thing.
I was getting dressed for work when I got the email, and the first person I was going to call was you, but I knew you were at work. So I was going to just see you when I got there. And so what I did was I called Dustin, and I screamed at him. I was like, dude, we're in, let's go!
Yeah.
And he was like, that's awesome. Are we getting an early copy? And I was like, I don't know, but we're going to find out, right?
Right, yeah.
And then I got there, and I was like so excited. I screamed the whole way, basically, to work. I was like roaring, dude. I was listening to some Eminem.
Yeah.
And I was listening to some Disturbed. I was yelling at the mic. And I just remember, like, telling you, and I just remember you being like, I could tell that you were, I was like, let me read you something. And you're like, okay. But I could tell you were excited, because you were like holding on to a little bit of hope that I was going to tell you we were in. So I started reading something, and you're just like, yeah, but what's this about? And I was like, let me finish. And you were like, what's it about? And I was like, we're in, damn it. And you were just like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, we're in. And we celebrated. I was trying to surprise you. I was going to read you a bunch of bullet lists and then be like, you know, hey, Capcom sent this list to us because we're in. But that didn't work with Anthony. Anthony was just like,
tell me
what it is. He was like that meme where it's the cat hissing at the table and the girl's like this crying and screaming. Ant was the top one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was the cat with the ears back, like, Anthony, let me surprise you. And he was just like, why? What is this from? Where is it from? He's
what
like
is
asking me questions. But no, we were both super excited.
It was great, man. It was just a great feeling. And
yeah, and it's good to be on their radar. There was a lot of people who got in. It's not like it's like something crazy exclusive.
It's still special to us, damn it. You know,
it's special to us, and it is the beginning of what I hope to be a future partnership with them, with more events and more things. And I hope that they're proud of the numbers that we did, because we are real Resident Evil fans.
Definitely, yeah. We really want to, you know, kind of push this into, you know, 2021 with getting, you know, out there more, getting out there with Village. There's a lot of people that are, you know, going to be new to the franchise. We got a lot of new people just today.
Yeah.
alone on the stream to find out about the show, find out about the gameplay and stuff like that. So it was just a really humbling feeling, and we had a lot of our close friends show up and fans of the show and everything like that. It was just great. It was just a really great feeling, and what we got today was awesome. Like what we actually got. Like I said, it could have been, one of the. They didn't disappoint like the Tokyo Game Show. Let's say that. They actually did, go on record by saying that this was so much better, even though it was only a half hour. We did get some really good stuff, and the demo kind of was the cherry on top that really made the showcase day. And we're still in it, recording this at night. And Resident Evil 2 also turns 23.
23 years old.
So this is like we're hitting all these landmarks, and it's cool to be kind of embedded in some RE history right now, at least as far as are concerned, because this is a big deal for us. And
I think we put on a great show. I think we had a great splash screen. I hope that they were happy with the way that we did it. I did submit the stats, so we'll find out a little bit more about that once they let us know. I just felt like this was a turning point. It's a new chapter, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a new chapter.
We closed the R3 chapter, looking good. We did
Path of the Village.
Yeah, now it's the Path to the Village, and it's a really great start with the showcase. It felt good to play a next gen Resident Evil that just felt like the next step. And like I will talk more about that when we get into the demo, but it was such a relief. Yeah, I think
for sure
everything that we saw, because any kind of worries that I think that I had in my head, like I think they're gonna really deliver on this. I have a really good feeling about it. I think I speak for both of us when I say that, because I think what we saw today really kind of sealed the deal. We're excited.
Yeah,
we were excited before, but we're the demo just gets you more excited. Once you get your hands on it, you're like, shit, man, this is I want it to be May already. I wanted it to be April, so we just played a month sooner. But got a little bit of extra time.
So let's get on to the
showcase,
actual showcase.
Yeah.
And some of the information that we got from that. First of all, let's real quick, just want to summarize for anybody who's just tuning in and maybe doesn't know anything. The base game for Village is on sale. Everything is pre-orderable right now.
Yep, you can pre-order it.
The base game is 60. Sorry. The base game is 60, not 70. Even on the new consoles. The deluxe edition is 80. And the collector's edition is $220 USD, $220. As of the recording of this, the collector's edition is not available for pre-order, but we think that by the time this video goes up, it will be. So good luck, and we hope you got it.
Yeah.
There's a ton of collector's editions in Japan, which we're not going to cover today, but we might do a video on the whole Japan versus United States.
Like
U versus UK.
That's video worthy in and of itself.
I think it's a video worthy at this point. But they have a bunch of different options. One comes with like a Chris jacket. One comes with like a weapon case. There's insane stuff. But the collector's edition that we have comes with a couple of real cool goodies. Obviously, we've got the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Not physical.
Right,
it's digital. And I think the digital is only PlayStation.
Yeah,
what it said.
I think so.
But they have the Chris statue to go with our Leon and Jill statues. And they have some more goodies in there.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about the collector's edition, you can look it up on village.com or on the Resident Evil portal.
Yeah.
They do have all the information on all of the deluxe editions. There's a deluxe edition as well. Only interesting thing about the collector's editions and the special editions that I want to talk about is the idea that hard mode or the hardest mode is going to be locked behind a paywall.
Yeah, that is interesting.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know, because it kind of goes back to my gripes with how they did 7 with the story DLC. This being difficulty lock away is a little interesting, because it's like you could have just, had it. But how much is it? $2, $3?
Well, it's included with the deluxe edition. So it's kind of implied that the deluxe edition is going to have that. You know what I mean? And like you're not going to have that if you don't get the deluxe edition.
Right.
But I don't know how true that is. Obviously, we're recording this right after, basically, we just got done playing the demo.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be information not covered in this podcast that we will cover in other videos. But yeah, it's just an interesting...
Yeah.
it's just an interesting thing because I'm pulling it up here. Just so
the steelbook does look really cool, though. I am a fan of the steelbook. I am really happy about the Chris Redfield statue and the steelbook, so I am excited about that for sure.
So here's the rundown. Ready? The pre-order bonuses. Mr. Raccoon Weapon Charm and Survival Resources Pack. What the Weapon Charm does, I have no idea.
Probably something with the merchant.
Yeah, I don't know what that does.
Yeah.
Product codes are included with the physical version of Village, which means that inside the case they're supposed to have.
Yeah, okay.
If you purchase the digital version, content can be downloaded from the online store the game was purchased from. Pre-order bonuses are only available for those who pre-order Resident Evil Village from the PlayStation Store. Which leads me to believe that the pre-order bonus is not Xbox. That's what that looks like. It looks like it's only PlayStation. I don't know if that's just a typo or if that was something that PlayStation asked them to put in there that Xbox didn't.
Right, and will Ethan Must Die, which is one of our Patreon members asked.
John Lemley.
John Lemley? Yeah, will that be behind the paywall?
Oh, he's saying it being locked behind a paywall is wild. He's saying like that's crazy.
Right.
Well, we're going to get into that. So the pre-order content code can only be redeemed once. It also says directly right here, which is why I said it's not a big deal, pre-order content may be sold post-launch. They put it in there. Yeah. They didn't put that in the other ones.
No.
The pre-order content cannot be applied to Resident Evil Reverse, which is what we're going to call it. We're just going to call it Reverse. You got the standard edition. Then you have the digital deluxe edition, which comes with... There's 4 editions. There's the standard edition, the deluxe edition, the collector's edition, and the Village and 7 complete bundle, which I'm glad they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people were asking in the chat if they need to play 7 before 8. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you don't even need the other games really to enjoy 7 and 8 because they're so far gone. But from what we know, you definitely need to play 7. So for the digital PlayStation Store, if you pre-order it, you get the mini soundtrack. Okay. Then the collector's edition, you get the Resident Evil Village game of one of the 4 consoles, Chris Redfield figure, a reversible microfiber cloth map, which is pretty nice actually because it looks like it's pretty big. A steelbook for Village, which is really nice, like you said, and a 64-page hardcover art book.
Nice.
Which is also
very nice.
Which is
so
also
we're
really
sold
cool.
on that already.
Yeah, we're sold on that already. For the deluxe edition, now this is another thing. Do we get? Oh yeah, we do, because the deluxe edition is what's inside the collector's edition, I guess. But the deluxe edition, you get Resident Evil Village and the Trauma Pack DLC, as well as the pre-order bonus of the thing. And it looks like, just judging by like what the picture shows, it shows the game. The Tragedy of Ethan Winters, which it doesn't explain what that is. Ink rip, like typewriter. A screenshot. An Albert Wesker Samurai Edge with a silencer. And a saving tape recorder. Details. Okay. So the Trauma Pack product code can only be redeemed once. And also, guys, I know if you're watching this, you're probably like, I don't need you to break down the... There are some people who are watching this right now,
or listening,
who are listening to this right now, who might not have the time or be able to see this stuff for themselves. So we want to give this information to them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's important. It's new too. Like it's brand new information.
The Trauma Pack DLC has the Samurai Edge AW Model 1, the Resident Evil 7 found footage filter.
That's cool.
Which is cool. A Resident Evil 7 tape recorder save point, which I guess means that one of the save points are going to be replaced with that. This I can't believe. The safe room music, Go Tell Aunt Rhody.
If you love 7 that much.
Are you kidding me?
You can't get away from it. No.
A Mr. Everywhere weapon charm. Unlock Village of Shadows difficulty.
Which is hard mode, right?
Yep. And the tragedy of Ethan Winter's artwork, which is
a digital art book, maybe.
Yeah, a digital art book. I bet you the everywhere weapon charm and the other weapon charm is like
perks.
They're sockets. I bet you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure now.
Something with the merchant. Yeah,
so
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the collector's edition. Obviously, here at Let's Talk Resident Evil, we always get the statues and collector's editions and shit like that. So, that's the version we're going to be getting. And whether or not we get it, in time before it sells out, I would like to get it. But
yeah, and then the Resident Evil Village Trauma Pack, the complete edition. They're launching with the complete edition. It comes with Village, the Trauma Pack DLC, and Resident Evil 7 Gold.
It's a complete experience.
It's a complete experience.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go.
Now the trailer opens up with laughs coming from the castle, and you see the village kind of as the camera kind of swoops in, and then you see the tall lady talking to Mother Miranda on the phone and explaining to her that her idiot brother Heisenberg let Ethan go, and Ethan's still out there, and it's up to her and her daughters to take out Ethan for, in time for the ceremony, which, we're going to obviously find out what this ceremony entails, but she tells Mother Miranda that she won't let her down and hangs up the phone. We then see several shots of inside the castle where we actually play in the demo, which involves the dungeon. And then you hear Ethan say, "What the hell is this?" And you see all the daughters surround him. And you hear someone say, "This place is filled with death, with blood and death," or something like that. And then we see these hooded monster-like things with claws, and they're attacking Ethan, which appears to be in the dungeon, but of course in the actual game they're showing enemies down there. And then they attack with a sword, which we were wondering if these enemies would actually have some kind of objects to attack you with, kind of like in RE4 and 5, and even 6, so they can actually melee you again. And then we see the dining room, the tall lady again with her daughters, and of course the bug lady that forms, which is in the demo, looking very creepy. And obviously they're really showcasing the visuals here, the enemy design, what the threats entail for everyone. Then there's a shot of Chris's men giving over Ethan's baby, which of course we kind of expected from the previous trailers. The end of the trailer is the tall lady confronting Ethan, and then you see the bug lady attack him with the weapon that was also used in the Maiden demo that we already saw. And then we get a shot of what appears to be Heisenberg with a big-ass axe or hammer, and he says, "Ethan Winters, let's see what you're made of." And it goes to black, and then we get the May 7th release date. And that's the trailer, kind of step-by-step of what we saw. And so far, this is our favorite trailer.
I think the trailer was really good this time around. A very big step up from Tokyo Game Show. I think that the coolest thing about this trailer and the showcase itself was we got to hear more interactions with the characters. I really think the scene with the pursuit lady, tall vampire lady, whatever you want to call her. I think the scene with her talking on the phone was probably the best scene in the trailer. Because it gave me the most questions.
You can tell he's looking through the window on the other
he's
side.
Like peeking through the window.
Like spying on her.
It's a lot to process because we didn't really get any answers with the demo, because the demo is marketing genius, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
But the demo is not the story. It's a side story.
Yeah.
The character that we play as in the demo, that stuff apparently is happening. Like, that is canon to the original game, but it's a side story. And
like
when
the band footage. Shit.
Exactly. And when that character dies at the end, she actually dies. And yes, she is a girl. It has been confirmed by Capcom. Her name is the Maiden. It's all she's known as.
Demo's name is Maiden.
Yep, the demo's name is Maiden, and Capcom said in their blog that her name was Maiden, and she was a her. But moving on, I guess, because the showcase was really awesome. Moving on to the next part of the showcase, which I personally was a little... I feel like it was a little tone deaf.
I would, I would definitely agree. I think it was like a little like, I think people were expecting a little bit more than the what we got.
Reverse
after the,
is not something I'm excited about. I don't think. I don't think that I think it's a little tone deaf, in the sense where it's like, if you really look at your community and you really pay attention to your community, I don't understand how that was the conclusion that you
Why
came
wouldn't you
to.
do like something like Outbreak, like
Why wouldn't you either import the originals? Like, it's the 25th anniversary. Like, I don't
people
wanna
were really
see...
banking on I think a lot of people did get their hopes up a little too high.
A little too high, which I always say, like, I don't get my hopes up. We've been burned too many times. I've already learned not to get my hopes up. But Reverse was
what we got in place of that. And I don't really... I would have to agree with you, brother. I think this is a little... It looks like an easy way out. Like, you see a screenshot with Jill versus Leon, and Jack Baker's right next to him, and then you see...
in Raccoon City.
It's so, like...
It's jarring.
Like, that 25th anniversary poster, they weren't joking with that poster. You're literally getting Jack Baker with these characters. Like... And we were just, we were talking about how bad that looks because Jack Baker's in the front and center. Well, guess what? He's invading your other games. But this is apparently going to be free with the release of Village. So,
it's in place
love
of
it or
Resistance.
hate it, it's just one of those things where, it's going to replace Resistance. Resistance is going to go bye-bye.
I will try it. I'll play it. I'll probably get the trophies for it.
Yeah, that's what's going to end up happening.
Just like Resistance, we got to get on that.
We do. Because we have to play it before May.
Yeah.
And they will at least keep them open up until Village. You know what I mean? At least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, we're not really...
Can't wait for Barry to kill Piers as John Lemon.
Oh, yeah.
If Barry's even in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they even do that matchup. But yeah, after that, they showed the Tom Clancy Division and Resident Evil crossover. I don't play the Division.
Yeah,
John doesn't play Division. Sorry, guys. We don't really have a lot to say about that.
I like that they do crossovers. I think it's cool.
It's
like
money,
they've
it's
done
marketing,
a lot
it's
of
business.
crossovers since RE6 days.
Sure.
It's just not my thing. So moving on.
Moving on. Definitely.
I still don't understand why they showed Resident Evil 7 Chris.
And he said it was Leon. He said it was Leon SK.
In
I'm
Leon's
not even
outfit.
kidding.
And why is Resident Evil 7 Chris in reverse? Why isn't it 8? Why isn't it
He was
8?
like, this is Leon S. Kennedy from the game 25 years ago. Or he said 23 years ago. And then it's like, that's not him.
And this
it's not him.
This is also going to prove a lot. Like, Capcom, if you're listening to this podcast, Resident Evil, if you're listening to this podcast, we love your franchise to death. But we're not sellouts. We're not shills. We're not going to overly hate.
No.
We're not going to overly praise.
Negative.
We're not positive or negative. But Reverse is not what the fans wanted. I think I can say that very, very strongly. I can say that Reverse is not what the fans wanted. I do think, just based on the premise and what I saw, that this is going to be worse than Resistance was. I really didn't like what I saw. Like, the way the game played.
It looked a little janky.
It looks more janky than Resistance. I don't think it's just another Resistance. I think it's a step in the wrong direction. It is free, but I also think it would be criminal to charge for what I saw.
Because we got Resistance in place of like any kind of mercenary support for RE3, and what if this is replacement of anything extra that we would get in Village? So you just get Village, and then you get Reverse. Like, that is a double shot to the knees right there.
Yeah.
And I think and I agree with you, man. I don't really think it's what the fans wanted. You're right, Detective Butler. It's just one of those things where, like, I think we just wanted to see something else, anything else. And now, granted, they talked about Infinite Darkness, which made
They
up
did.
for that a little bit.
Also, before you move on, just real quick side note.
Right, I didn't want to use that as a segue, but
Okay.
you know,
Before
it's
you
just
move
one
on,
of those
I
things
just wanted
that,
to let
like,
everybody know that it is made by the same people who made Resistance.
okay,
So it's the same company.
it's the same team working on that.
I'm going to say the
while
same thing I
Village is
said
being
about
made.
Game Freak when they made Pokemon Sword and Shield. How the hell do you design in reverse? If you are at this level with your game, how does your next game go down to this level? I don't understand. Sword and Shield is bad. Reverse looks bad. You definitely need to fix that, Capcom. If you're listening, whatever company you have doing it, Neo Bards, yeah, I know. You go tell them
Neobards.
that it looks cell shaded and it does not look good, and they need to fix that. What
Yeah,
I saw from
that
Village,
literally
however,
looked like a comic book panel.
yeah, it does. What I saw from Village, though, I think it's very important that we note looks absolutely fucking phenomenal. Village looks like
Village-
it's taking 7, making it good.
Well, I will say that the demo coming out and us being able to play it made up for the disappointment after the Village showcase,
Yes.
if that makes sense. Like, we were kind of like, man, but then we got this dropped on us, which was nice.
Which is nice.
But I agree, man. I really don't think it's what the fans wanted. I would have preferred. I think all of us would have preferred an original trilogy. Let's just put that out on the table right
for
now.
sure.
You know, because it's just the truth. That's just how we feel. You know, everyone wants something different. Everyone gets excited. It's the 25th anniversary. They do a fucking a million different things, right? But that's the one thing that you can't really easily play if you're trying to get into Resident Evil, because now with PSN shutting down these old renditions, you have to either get an emulator, run it, or, you know, do whatever you got to do. But, like, it's hard for people to track down these official games anymore. And they're a lot of money, and the ports are a lot of money. It just seemed like the right time to do it.
Yeah. But
It's never too late. It's never too late. It's not over, though, either.
It's not over.
We have a whole year. There's a lot of RE goodies in 2021.
I don't think this was the end all be all.
No. I think they really just wanted to get official Village news out there to people, because it's been a while. It's been since September.
Yeah.
Since we've gotten an update. All holiday season, it's 2021. Like, you know, this is going to be one of the first games of the second quarter. They're releasing this after the first quarter. So it's going to be, you know what I mean? Now we know it's May 7th. That's the release date. It's in the books. And we're here, and we're right here, man.
We're gonna have
It's
to
crazy.
take non-paid time
So
off.
exactly. So at least now, though, with
great.
everything else, I mean, we can really say that the Village showcase, at least for us, did kind of make up for the stuff after the fact.
May 7th is a Friday.
Damn
So
right it is.
I would. I'm gonna need to take off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unpaid, and then be off Monday, Tuesday, and that should be enough for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I have like 2 days worth of PTO, so I can make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, but anyway, moving on from that,
Infinite Darkness.
Infinite Darkness. Which
I love how I was right.
you were right.
I've been saying it since the beginning. I said it was after 4. After 4.
Well, you said it in
before
our
6.
breakdown. Yeah,
I
you
said it in the
our-
breakdown.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, it's got to be after 6.
Now, one thing we were wrong about, and the information kind of got mistranslated or got out wrong, is from what we got from this showcase, it's not a series, it's a movie.
Yes. And now the confusing thing is, he said it was a film,
But they said series.
but they said series.
Because
So-
we just watched that with subtitles. Like,
yeah. So we're not really sure. We might not have gotten that wrong. He might have got that wrong.
that's true.
Because he might have said film because, it's a
Films,
culture thing.
right? So film series, whatever you want to call it, we're excited for that
Yeah.
because that is like we're big fans of the CGI films.
Did they
And-
get a release date on that?
No, they just said 2021 Netflix. So we know it's Netflix. But I'm happy that we got on record and said hey, it could be this. You said that specifically about the RE4 thing taking place after that. I think it's kind of cool that it fills in the gap with Claire and Leon. I'm a Cleon fan too. I love seeing them together. I love to see what other stuff, they were up to in between some of our, main story games or mainline games. We always look forward to the CGI stuff. So, I'm really looking forward to covering that more,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Cleon too, even though Claire was shooting Leon in the trailer for Reverse. He said, and then went.
That's even worse. I thought Operation Raccoon City was bad with you being able to. This is another. Never mind. Anyway, I don't want to go there. Anyway, the Infinite Darkness.
See you around, rookie.
Infinite Darkness. What can I say? We
I'm
still
excited.
didn't see a lot though. They are keeping it under wraps. They
Yeah.
did kind of show more of the same. They just kind of reiterated that it's coming in 2021.
Yeah.
And that they actually revealed more of the synopsis because we didn't really get a lot of that last time. We kind of got bits and we kind of pieced everything together and did
For
like
sure.
one video of it. But, that was, that. And then after that, of course, they talked about the collector's edition and stuff like that. But then they announced the Maiden demo. And they announced the Maiden demo exclusively to PS5. But one thing I didn't want to gloss over. We did a video about it. We talked about it on the show. We talked about it, everywhere else. This is crossplay now. So they did announce that as well, that it is still coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. And they obviously want to continue to do that with the older support. Now, the demo is only on PS5, so that gets a lot of people confused. There's obviously a lot of people in our chat room today, new people, people that had confusion, thinking that because the demo isn't out on that machine, it's not coming out on that machine. No, it's coming out on everything, but the demo makes sense for them to put it on PS5, and I'll tell you why. It's because of the technology. This game runs flawlessly. Bro, we didn't even hook it up to the 4K TV yet.
No. Just the 4K monitor.
And it's just like we are able to, this isn't even 4K, it's 1080. So that's the thing. It's like we didn't even get.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Mine's 4K. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure yours is 4K.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yours is 4K.
I don't know.
But it's not, it doesn't have what the Sony has.
Right.
It's not HDR.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
10,
HDR,
it's
right.
not-
But,
it's none of that.
dude, I mean, this is why they wanted the demo on the platform. So I know there's going to be a lot of people that are, upset they can't play it. But listen, if you get your hands on a 5, you'll play it. And look, this one, if it makes you feel any better, it doesn't have full combat. It's not a full gameplay. It doesn't give away the story. Again, they're being very secretive, as they should be, about this new installment. But this gives you an idea of how it runs, how the engine looks, how the lighting looks, how the sound effects works. Playing it with headphones is recommended as we kind of segue into the demo section. So the showcase wraps up, and we had a great turnout. Again, thank you guys so much for coming out for all that stuff. And when the showcase ended, the demo was up, but the store did crash, so we do have to record this moment and remember that the store did crash. A lot of people were trying to get the pre-orders. The pre-orders went up, and then the demo went up around shortly after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're in the middle of eating. It went up. We downloaded it, and we jumped on stream to play it multiple times to try to see where we can, line it up and try to dissect everything. Just see what we can, figure out as fans and take our time with it. We played it even more after the fact and found more stuff, which we're going to get into the thick of it. But the demo itself, like what John mentioned earlier, it's called Maiden. So she's in this cell, this dungeon locked away, and basically it has a very, very much a darker vibe than what I got from the Baker House in Resident Evil, 100% all the way. Now, in regards to the dungeon itself, the imagery is one thing that really caught my attention. I think walking around, seeing everything, seeing the little details, because all the time you can, pre-order.
No, that's why. It's not available until the 22nd. It's the 21st, which means the collector's edition is going to go up in 30 minutes.
Wow.
So if you're listening to this podcast, you missed it.
You missed it.
But
yeah.
for those of you who are listening right now, the collector's edition is gonna go up right now, meaning as we record it.
Yeah.
Probably in about 30 minutes, which this show will probably be over by then.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have we're not gonna go too deep into the demo here because we have a whole nother video planned around the demo. As you can see there, for those of you who are watching with us, which you can't see because there's a huge light. But I have an entire page of 31 notes that we took.
Yeah, and
of things that we didn't even see when we played it on the live stream.
Right, yeah, and we stayed on for nearly 2.5 hours, and it's like there's still more stuff to unravel. But yeah, you wake up in this dungeon, and there's all of these bodies hanging with no legs, and they're hanging with chains. There's torture devices. It's dark. It's grim. There's something banging on the door trying to get out. You got to take these bolt cutters out of this lady who you see dead or you think is dead on the floor standing up, and as you try to unlock something with the lockpick, you turn around and she's hunched over with these bolts in her back. You pull out the bolts that were in RE7, RE2, and RE3, and then you have to get the lockpick, but then you turn around and her fucking body moves. And we found that out on stream, and that thing was crazy. That was actually creepy. I actually was getting creepier vibes from this game. And I think the demo is a really great showcase, especially if you play this with headphones, guys.
Yeah, 100%. Play this game with headphones. We played it with headphones afterwards. We played this game with headphones afterwards, and I just want to be honest with you.
Best way to play.
Seriously, it's the best way to play. We will be playing this game with headphones when it officially comes out.
Yeah, we'll run them through the mixer, and
100%.
Yeah, there won't be any issues with that, and we'll be able to hear everything and actually get scared if there's scary moments. I mean, that's the best thing, is not knowing what's around every corner. As you explore, you see these barrels with blood coming out of them, and you soon realize that they're putting bodies in these barrels, these fucking barrels. And blood's just coming out of them. Now, they're using this blood to maybe stay young, stay relevant, stay healthy, as, some vampires do, or some vampire-esque people do. But it's crazy imagery. Like the one, I'll mention the one about the barrel. You can actually run into 2 different barrels that have body interactions. You can hear people moving inside of them. Very disturbing imagery in a good way. It definitely, in my opinion, it works a little bit better in this setting. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff like that you can easily miss in the whole game. This feels like this game's going to have a lot more in it because it's on a next-gen machine. It's able to really handle that. Of course, the little things will still be there in the older versions. Not saying it won't, but visually as well, that's going to pop. And the demo, it's not very long. You can beat it really quick. As you get into the actual castle and you get out of the dungeon, there's multiple hallways and locked doors, but you see a lady walk by the door, and you hear all these footsteps walking around, stomping around. You're like, what the hell is this?
And it is the tall lady that walks by.
And it's the tall lady. And, there's multiple statues. There's, pieces around the house, paintings of women and older gentlemen. There's there's the chandelier room that you saw, the main foyer with the steps coming down, and the lighting is gorgeous, but something isn't quite right. And you make your way through a couple more rooms, and you make your way down the steps. And when you go down the steps, you go into this dining room, which you got to pick up this, because you pass this door that has a real person's face jammed into the door, with 3 babies around it hovering, holding it like it's its mother, and you have to put this eyeball into this, face in this door to open it. And I saw that door in the trailer, and I was like, what the fuck? But this kind of really goes into it. So you have to get that, take it out of the ring. It's in a ring, and you have to examine the ring. Obviously, you can still examine stuff. We're examining shit for forever, because you just want to look at everything. And you have to put that in the door. As you put that in the door, when you come back out with that ring, you could see one of the ladies walking up the steps. You can actually run up behind her, and she won't turn around. But if you go in front of her, she'll immediately spawn, and she'll aggro you immediately. And she has just a bunch of bugs flying around, and the way she moves and teleports is really creepy, because once she sees you, she can get to you in like a second. Like, she can really outrun you, even if you try to like run around objectives and stuff like that, or pieces of objects. Like, it's more of a challenging enemy than like a Jack Baker that would just chase you around, and that would just, be like, come here, boy, yeah, boy. It's like, all right, this is a little bit more, creepy. Then you have to grab the courtyard key. Grab the courtyard key as this chase is happening. But when you go into the dining room area, the one thing they mention is, going in front of the open window with the draft, and it actually, scares them away or shoos them away, so to speak. But there's also the necklace that they mention that looks like a deer, bones from a deer.
Yeah.
That, kind of wear off the evil, if you will. And you can't wear it, though. You can pick it up. We tried to leave it there. And pick it up, leave it there, not pick certain things up. We try to go back into the dungeon, put the ring on certain things. Like, there's little things, of course, that we're trying for a while on stream. So obviously, if you guys want to see us like in depth play it, you could do that. And watch that whole thing, because we were there for a while. But yeah, like there's so much to unravel. But then as you put the courtyard key in there, the tall lady opens up, says, "I've been looking for you," grabs your girl by the neck and extends her claws like Freddy Krueger, and stabs you and kills you. And that's how the demo ends. Very short and sweet and to the point. But Capcom tweeted after the fact, pretty much to kind of rebuttal to fans that were complaining about it, not being a full-fledged gameplay demo, just saying this was, here to show you what the game has to offer, the environments and how it plays. And that's the big thing, that's what it was intended to do. And I love it. I think it was just enough to give us a little tease before spring if they put out another, a bigger demo that will be on next gen, that will be on the older machines as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the demo in a nutshell. But we were very excited to play the demo. Like, I still was in disbelief as we were playing it. I always say that, but really, we played it a couple of times each, and we were doing the giveaway and stuff like that in between. It was just a great time. It was
great.
A
comment,
good vibes
on the demo stream that says, "The Regina confirmed joke on the wine bottle. I'll bet your ass is Capcom saying, we know Dino Crisis fans want it."
You're like, oh,
he was laughing. It was just a shout out to Spiros Botos for leaving a comment on the video.
That's funny. People enjoy that. Yeah, there's a lot of there's just a lot of good things that I can say about the demo, but I think performance and how it plays was the biggest thing. I was like, this is so much different than 7.
We're going to deep dive into the demo. Don't you worry.
Yes.
We're going to deep dive. We have a lot to talk about.
And we're still playing it. We're still playing it. This is just a kind of wrap up of what today was, basically, because to kind of record this moment in time, if you will, because this is a very special day and still is. It's still technically the day. It's 11:40 p.m., so we're still celebrating it. But
hopefully you guys enjoyed this snapshot podcast.
Hope you enjoyed, and
little shorter than we usually do it, but don't worry, we'll have a fuller, more focused podcast going out later on in the week, probably.
Yeah,
we'll probably get together and record one that's specifically just about Village, the demo, what we think. Stuff like that, like in depth. But we're also going to have a couple videos sneaking out.
Yeah, exactly. We got some stuff planned in the pipeline.
Some videos might even already be up before this is up. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so good luck getting your collector's editions.
Yes.
And that's it. I guess the last thing I'll say before you wrap it up is Resident Evil Village is looking to me a better game than Resident Evil 7 in every way. I am confident I will enjoy this one more. I am confident that I will enjoy this one not only a little bit more, but way more than I did 7. I wasn't impressed with 7's aesthetic. I thought the villains were terrible, uninspired, and uninteresting. The Bayou just wasn't for me. I thought it was dumb. I didn't like the Bakers at all. I didn't like the story at all, really. I personally think it was the step in the wrong direction in a lot of ways, but a step in the right direction in a lot of ways as well. I still think 7 is more fun to play than 5. So obviously, and for everybody who thought that I was just going to hate on 7, 7 is more fun to play than 5 for a lot of different reasons. I personally am so happy that they seem to have taken 7's formula, a better coat of paint, It runs better. It looks better. Aesthetically, it's better. I'm more interested in the story because it is different. 7 was different, but not enough. And I think 8 is different in the right ways. I'm absolutely in love with the villains in this game. I'm not a simp for the tall vampire lady, but I really like her daughters.
I agree.
I really like how they
seem to move
disappear.
as a unit too. Like
Yeah.
they have plans within plans. Like they
Yeah.
know how to try to capture they like you don't have a place like that and you're not organized. Like you have barrels, you have this like thing happening. It's like, man,
they're like wisps, man. Like
yeah,
the way
man.
she floats towards you is really ominous. And we're gonna go over more in detail about this kind of stuff, but I'm just saying the path to village, the road to village, the pillage to village, whatever you want to call this. I cannot wait for our 24-hour stream. I'm ready.
I'm stoked.
And I'm ready
excited.
for the updated demo. I want to feel the combat.
Yes, that's going to be the next
I
thing
wanna
we can
feel the
really
combat.
judge it off of. Just as performance and sheer,
Yeah.
feel right now as far as like the vibes we're getting. So far, so good. That's a great point to end off on. And
We
yeah,
are
I would
positive.
say we are positive. And I'll say this right here. I mean, if RE7 is what it takes to get to something as good as Village, I'll take it.
Which we've said many a time.
Exactly.
We said that about 2. We said that about 3.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with them going and learning from the past and improving it now.
No.
It's not like, Capcom's done that in the past.
And I care more
There's
about
nothing wrong
Ethan
with that.
in this game than I did in 7.
Yeah.
Because Ethan has a reason for us to care about him. He was sitting at home, sipping a cup of tea, and Chris killed his waifu. And he's trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
At least he has a personality and some type of at least relatable motive. I'm sorry, your wife doesn't go missing for years, and then you call your friend and you're just like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna go get her. Like that. It was unenthusiastic, uninspired, and dumb. From Perfect.
Right. And 7, like, it did certain things in the gameplay, that we,
Really like
we
puzzles.
liked. Yeah.
The
It's
return
just-
of puzzles is great.
It was just
combat and gameplay feels great.
Right. Just characters and stories were
But-
just left to be desired, and now
I just don't understand, Anthony, why they had us drive a car around in a garage.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Exactly.
fun.
And I personally think I already like the pursuers in this game more. I feel like I'm going to
Yeah.
enjoy them. They might be more annoying as far as like attacks and stuff like that, but like I think I'll actually enjoy them more, baked into the lore.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's it for this little show
Showcase
and
wrap-up.
the showcase demo wrap up or showcase wrap up, I guess we'll call it.
and one more thing for those of you who are listening, we did give away all the codes. All the winners have been contacted.
All your codes,
Enjoy your
exclusive
avatars, your
Avatar.
exclusive avatars.
And big shout out and thanks again to Capcom for teaming up with us for the live stream showcase. And if you are watching this on YouTube, hit that like, hit the subscribe button for more Let's Talk Resident Evil content. And of course, you can download this podcast anywhere you get podcast: Apple Podcast, Libsyn, Spotify, Google Play Podcast, whatever YouTube. I don't even know. Google Play isn't even a thing anymore, but it's on everything. You download it for free, and we are always giving you at least 2 shows a month. And obviously, we have a lot more videos on YouTube and a lot more live streams and even more podcasts to come with more stuff on Village. Until next time, I'm Anthony.
And I'm John.
And we'll see your ass in the Village. This video was brought to you by our awesome Patreon supporters over on Patreon. Go check out the Patreon link if you're interested for more content, and don't forget to leave that like and subscribe and hit the bell for more Let's Talk Resident Evil content.